Hi, I'm going to make this a pretty quick video. I want to talk to you about something with inflation going up and people hurting for money on especially food. I want to talk to you about something. This is a meal that will cost you $5.78 to feed two people. Now this is not a meal that you can eat daily, but it will act as a lunch or a dinner type situation, and it will fill you up, and this is for two people. Now the price is $5.78 or cheaper. Now let me explain the or cheaper. Let me tell you what I do here. Alright, I take one of these pasta side dishes, the butter flavor, and this is strictly for butter flavor. You can try other side dishes like chicken, things like that. Now, I did check the price on this right here on the first. Now this is $1.26. This is at Walmart. On it says right here in my area. Now what I do is I take the butter noodles and I'll make them like I normally do, which is 2 cups of water and butter, and then what's in the pack here. Now what I also do to make it stretch, and this actually, it does taste pretty good actually, is I will take a can of corn and I'll pop the top and I'll drain all the water out, and I will mix the corn in before I cook it. The corn is 54 cents at my Walmart. And the reason I use corn for this is butter noodles has a pretty good strong flavor on its own, and the corn taste does not overpower it. In fact, once you mix in the corn, the flavor of the butter noodles covers the corn. So all this is adding something to your butter noodles to get your meal to stretch. Now you're going, okay, your butter noodles is only $1.26 and your corn is 54 cents. That's less than $2. Now here is where the cost is. Now if you already have this item, then you will not need this, and that is some type of butter. Now this is not the cheapest type of butter that Walmart has. This is actually a bigger tub. This is the 15 ounce, so it's pretty large. They do have some smaller ones that is a lot less, and you could possibly find butter or some type of margarine at a dollar store for $1. But if you already have butter, you can take this cost off, and this is $2.98. So you have your butter noodles, your corn, and your butter noodles. Now I do cook this in the microwave. I put it in, generally I start it at 11 minutes in the microwave, and what I'll do is after 6 minutes I will stir it. I will let it cook another 3 minutes. I'll stir it again, and then when it goes off I'll check it to make sure everything's cooked. If it's not, I'll put it in for a minute more at a time, and then I will stir it every time after that minute. Usually it's cooked, excuse me, it's cooked and it's done within like 12-13 minutes. But if you already have butter, you don't need this. Now something else I add to this, we eat with this on the side, is fruit. Now the canned fruit, you can get those for $1 each. We normally eat pears with this because pears does not have a overpowering strong taste, but you can get things like fruit cocktail for $1, pears, or even peaches for $1. So the fruit depends on what you really want. Like I say, we normally have pears, but you can have whatever you want as far as that fruit goes. Now the fruits will give you some vitamins. The butter noodles will give you carbs, and the corn, of course, is a roughage. Now we're going to go over the cost really quick. With the butter, hold on, I forgot to do something. I apologize. I need to, I keep forgetting that I use Linux and this is on Windows, so I always have to put a .txt, and that way it changes to a text document. I apologize for that. Alright, the cost with the butter is $5.78. That's total cost for this meal for 2 people. That's with the butter noodles, the corn, and the fruit. Now, if you already have the butter, your total cost to feed 2 people for a meal will be $2.80. Now, you can, of course, try different side dishes. They do have like chicken and all kinds of different flavors. But this flavor combination matches really well with the butter and the corn. And once again, I would not eat this every single day, but eating this a couple times a week as a filler meal, maybe a dinner or a lunch to feed 2 people, this is a cheap way to do it. I do this myself, and with inflation going up and price of foods skyrocketing, you need to get the best bang for your buck. So, if you already have the butter, it's $2.80. If you can find butter cheaper, then that will knock the price down. Like I said, you could may be able to find some at a dollar store. It does not have to be real butter. It can be this vegetable oil mess. And corn. Now you can try different cans of vegetables and different flavors of these side dishes. With the chicken flavor, I would probably put something like maybe green beans or even corn. You would have to try these on your own to see how you like them as far as mixing them. But this, with the butter noodles and the corn, it does have a really good taste. The sauce from the butter noodles will actually cover the corn, and then it gives you a nice taste to this. And of course, the butter is the most expensive thing on this list. You can find it cheaper than $2.98. This is almost $3 out of this price. So if you find cheaper butter, you can do it with that. You do not have to have a $3 tub of butter. And of course, a fruit of some type. Any type of fruit. Fruit cocktail, pears, peaches, whatever fruit you like. And different stores, you can get fruit cheaper than this. I do know our Winco store, you can get fruit cheaper than this in the can. So, it depends on what store you're going to, how much your stuff is going to cost. In my area, this is what we can get on a pretty decent price. And of course, these are $1.26 in my area. And that's when I checked the price, was the 1st, and today's the 3rd. So, is that a good price? Absolutely. For a meal? I mean, even if you have to buy the butter, think about this. You only need about 30 cents worth of butter out of that tub. So you have butter for other things if you need it, like mashed potatoes or whatever. Once you have the butter, your price is going to drop. So let's say you buy this, all of this at $5.78. Now, that's a one-time purchase. So if you go back to the store and you buy the fruit, the corn, and the butter noodles only, it will cost you $2.80 to feed 2 people because you already have the butter. Now, I hate it when people online or YouTube show that they went to the store, spent 10 bucks and on food, and then go home and add a bunch of stuff that they already bought. I show you the cost of everything you're going to need. But like I said, once you already have the butter, you can have butter on toast. You can have butter on mashed potatoes. You can have butter with different things. So that's a one-time cost up front if you don't already have it. And your butter is going to last you a while. And the next time you go to the store, if you enjoy this meal, hopefully the prices don't go up anymore. And if they don't, for your next meal like this, it will cost you $2.80. Now I want to talk real quick. My last video was on my girlfriend being in the hospital. Let's just put a picture up here. And she did contact the hospital. She's up there right now. She did get out of the hospital, and she had to go back up there and take, fill out some paperwork. Just for the hospital room that she was in, it's almost $17,000. That's not counting when they had her in the ER, because she went to the ER, and then the doctor examined her there. They sent her upstairs to ICU. The doctor looked at her there, ran all these tests. That's not counting the ER or the doctor's fees or the, all the testing that they did on her. They do want her on insulin. Her blood sugar was over 400. And so she's up there now filling out paperwork. And the price they gave her just for the room is around $17,000. It's like $3 shy of 17 grand. That will not count the doctor's fee, the ER fee, or anything else. That's just for the room for like 3.5, 4 days. So I did talk with my girlfriend. She is way more important to me than anything else. And I told her, if it comes down to it, we'll sell the property. We'll sell the camper trailer. I'll even sell my van to help take stress off of her. Because if she paid just for the room, literally just the room, and they haven't sent all the cost yet to the people that make up the paperwork and tell you how much it's going to be, just for the room, $17,000. And that's not the doctor's fees. That's not the ER fee. That's just for her room that they had her in. And I told her, she is much more important to me than the property. She's more important to me than anything else. And if she's under high stress, her body stops producing blood. So I would rather sell the property, sell my van, sell the camper trailer. And I know we're not going to get hardly anything out of this stuff, but it would take some emotional stress off of her. And I'd rather sell everything and start over from scratch than see her stressed out about having to come up with, it's going to be well over $20,000 by the time they're done. So if you're with somebody, you're with them for good times and bad times. If the person you're with goes through something, it's your job and your responsibility as their partner to stand by them and try to help them in any way you can. And if that means us selling the property, us selling the camper trailer, even if we only got $1,000 out of it, that's $1,000 that would go down on the price that she owes them now. And even if we sold the property for $7,000, $8,000, that would take some stress off of her. And to me, it's worth losing everything we have to help her. That's what you do when you're in a relationship. Now this video is not about that. This video is about getting a meal up in this time where inflation is high, the Democrats are screwing up the country, and our food is going way up in price. This is a very flavorful meal that will fill you up, give you some vitamins and minerals, especially out of the fruit. Now, pasta has carbs. Corn is a roughage, basically. That's all the corn is. But the fruit will help give you some vitamins and minerals and a little bit of natural sugar. I do make this meal. I absolutely make this with nothing but one pack. One pack of butter noodles, one can of corn. This is the 15-ounce corn. You can use the 14.5 ounce. Actually, here it says 15. Up here is 14.5. This is what I buy, the 14.5. I don't know why they say 15 ounce on the can. But this is 14.5 ounce. Butter noodles, one can of corn, and one can of fruit. Feeds me and my girlfriend for a meal. And of course, if you don't have butter, you have to have the butter. You do not need milk or anything else, just 2 cups of water, the butter noodles, the can of corn, the butter, and the can of fruit on the side, and you're ready to go. Anyway, I'm fixing to go. I appreciate you watching. If this helps you out, you feel free to try the other flavors of the noodles and even the side rices. They do have all kinds of flavors for this, but you would have to figure out what vegetable fits best with the flavor you're getting. The butter noodles has a pretty strong taste to it with the sauce, and so it goes and matches with the corn extremely well. But like I said, they have other flavors. They have chicken flavor and all these other flavors. So that's up to you. But the butter flavor and one can of corn and one can of fruit is a meal for 2 people. And it's on the cheap side. If you don't have to buy the butter, this meal will cost you $2.80. If you do have to buy butter, depends on the butter you buy, of course, or margarine. What I added up here was $5.78, but that will also give you a large tub of butter, and you're only going to use about 30 cents out of it, I believe, to make this. So that will mean you will have quite a bit of butter left over for other things. Once again, this should help. Hopefully it helps somebody on a budget. And if you have any meal ideas to help people out, or you make some type of cheap meal, please leave it down in my comments to help other people out. I don't ask for subscribers. I don't ask for people to click the notification button. What I ask is, if you have an idea or you do something, please leave it in the comments for other people so they know. Anyway, I appreciate it, and everyone have a good day. Bye.